Let's see, finishing up the war, let's think here.
Here's all methodical coming after us.
Let's see. So you got back to Florida, okay, and then where'd you go from that hotel?
I mean, after the 2 weeks,
Yeah,
we had a choice. We could ask to go where we wanted to go, and I said Fort Bend, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made. And the guard prisoners.
so I remember you talking about that.
And then she worked at nursing.
It was a
Methodist.
Methodist.
Where
We had a room, wasn't it? We didn't have an
We
apartment.
rented a room in
And-
a house. Pretty nice people.
Yes,
What town?
because he would just come in. You didn't come in yes, you come in every night. Well, where would we eat every night?
I don't know.
Go out and eat?
I don't even remember.
Or did she let us cook there?
Hmm?
Or did she let us cook there?
I don't remember at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
What was
See,
the
I could
big,
live off the base then.
yeah, what was the big mistake?
Guarding them damn prisoners. Take 5 prisoners, I'd carry a shotgun. Take 5 prisoners out on detail. Hell, they could all run away from it if they wanted to. I wouldn't have shot any of them. And they didn't amount to a damn. I mean, they were just worthless people.
Hmm. What do you mean? You
It didn't work?
Well, it wasn't now. I mean, they were just worthless. They wouldn't, they'd done things that, I suppose they all got a dishonorable discharge.
Why?
Stuff like that. Well,
I thought they were captured or something.
no, these American prisoners.
Oh, these are American. Oh, I thought they was German or something.
Nah, just worthless Americans.
Oh, I see. Americans.
I didn't know
They
that.
had Italian and German prisoners there, but I didn't.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't,
You guarded the American prisoners, huh?
worthless American soldiers. That's what they were.
Oh, darn. The AWOL or
We had
whatever.
another guy, we took 10 of them out one day, and this other guy, he didn't like the job any better than I did. He said, let's make them son of a bitch and roll their sleeves down. I said, leave them alone. But he didn't, and, I didn't want no trouble. I just wanted to get it over with and get out of there. First, I asked for a guard duty up in the tower. That wasn't a boring job sitting up there. So I asked to take these prisoners out, which that was another mistake. I just well set up training. And then, how long was we there? After I was there so long guarding prisoners, they decided to send us to Fort McClellan to teach us how to guard prisoners. So I was down there and got a discharge.
Sounds like the Army.
And that was like the Army.
Yeah.
Well, you went to school down in Fort Oglethorpe sometime.
That's where we went, down there to learn how to guard prisoners. While I was there, we got our notice to be discharged. They sent us back to, there in Indiana, but Columbus, what is it?
Oh, yeah, Edinburgh down there.
Edinburgh,
Yeah. Can't remember the name of it. Yeah.
Fort Harrison.
Huh?
Harrison?
That's it. But anyway,
Atterbury.
Atterbury, yeah. Camp Atterbury.
Mhm.
So, when was VJ Day?
I remember that real well, but I don't know the date.
Were you still in Indiana or India?
Yeah.
You were back home during VJ Day?
don't
I just
know.
remember Mom talking about VJ Day, going downtown Indianapolis.
And celebrating. I don't know, he wasn't on that, yeah. That was when
I
the
come back
Japanese.
in May of 45,
5?
and BJ, Japan didn't surrender until in August, did they?
Probably. That was VJ Day when Japan surrendered. That was the end of World War II.
Mhm.
So,
Well, where were you then?
because Dad would,
Oglethorpe, that's the reason,
Oh,
that's the reason they sent us back to Atterbury, because the war was over.
oh, well, okay. Had I moved back then with Deed, I must have moved back with Deed and Marge when you went and down there to Oglethorpe.
You didn't stay where we had that room.
That room?
You still nursing.
I know, I don't know. Yeah.
it'd be hard to remember all that stuff, but
You
really.
keep remember from one year to the next.
I never give it a thought. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you just do what's to be done. And
So
then-
you went to that Oglethorpe thing and then came back to Atterbury and they discharged you at Atterbury?
I must have been Oglethorpe when the Japs surrendered the war
Mhm.
was over.
Must have been.
So the Truman was, Truman wanted to let all the boys go home when that war was over, and good old Truman.
Your
And then-
dad this winter, Keith has read a book on Truman and
Roosevelt, Reagan, Nancy, Bush.
You read them all this year,
yeah.
huh? Okay, so you got out of Atterbury, then what'd y'all do?
Went out, back out the farm, I guess.
Did you live with Grandma and Grandpa for a while?
And
or-
now then we
Yeah,
lived
probably
together.
did, didn't know where else to go, did we?
Uh-uh.
Now I rented, started renting, I could have rented 2,000 acres. I mean, all the neighbors is patriotic that all
Alright.
soldiers coming home.
Uh-huh.
You know, I didn't have any
Yeah.
equipment. What did we rent? I think I did rent about 400 acres, but here, they're home.
So you rented some ground and stayed at
Used guys machinery to start out.
yeah, and stayed right there. And that would have been in late 45, early 46 then, right?
Yeah, let's see, and then we rented, we lived, on
Myrtles.
Myrtle's farm. And that was 48.
I was born in 48, so.
Yeah.
Let's
He
go
was
back.
born there, we'd farming that before he was born
Did you farm that before I
Yeah,
was
he
born?
was born when we was at Dale's.
there. Yeah.
Um,
Myrtle's a year and then,
Yeah, we was just at Myrtles a year.
Okay, I want you to tell me about VJ Day and then we'll shut the tape off.
Oh, VJ Day. All I remember is that VJ Day, and they told us at the hospital, we was at work, and we all, as soon as we got off work, we went down to the circle, and it was just everybody throwing stuff, and yelling and hollering and carrying on, and just a lot of excitement, and just dancing in the streets and carrying on.
What was the date of BJ Day?
I can't remember. I think it was in August of
April,
45.
May of 45.
Yeah, I know it was a real nice and evening night.
Yeah. Summer warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, warm.
So you rode down with somebody or something?
I think I don't remember. Maybe I rode a streetcar, on a bus or something. Because I didn't drive the car all the time to work. I don't know. I drove the car a lot. I really don't know.
So you were at that Oglethorpe during VJ Day when that was announced? Dan?
Must have been.
Should have been there when Jap
Uh-huh.
because,
That's when he was discharged.
what's the date of BJ Day?
There's
I
a
don't know.
map.
I'd have to look it up. or
There's a
something.
map, a calendar around here hanging. There's one in the bathroom. I don't know, it's got.
Good place to stop.
Okay, we're stopped.
Cut that off.
See, now I'm in charge of this, huh?
Cut it off, I'm not gonna act.
They'll like it.
Oh, yeah. Did they have a boathouse out here one time? Yeah. Uh-huh. Because I remember being on the roof of a boathouse.
Now, if you can see it, the cement right there is the foundation. We just,
Okay.
that just kind of collapsed, so we just put the deck on top of the.
Right. Okay. And I remember, I don't really remember that island.
I think it's probably bigger.
It probably was. I'll tell you, I get this place confused with a place that I went to when I was in high school up in Lake Wabaunsee up in northern Indiana. And because it was kind of similar in ways. But, okay, all right.
Where do you live?
Live in Nashville, Tennessee right now.
Oh,
I remember the dam, and I remember, doing some fishing and stuff over there. Yeah, I live in Nashville, Tennessee. That's funny, I don't remember.
Slow down, Jason. I'll get these two.
There.
Oh, they're gone.
Get away from the lake. I'm going into withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Well, it's still white or gray.
There's the sign. This is where you turn to go to Oakdale Dam, which is Uncle Dick's place. And then you go back that way and turn to go to the dam, and then right across the bridge at the dam, you turn right at the top of the hill, and then you go back in that way a little bit and turn right again, and that's where Uncle Dick's place was. And there's a lady named Mrs. Wilson back there that owns the place. Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, they bought it in 1971, and they bought it from Whitakers, who we think bought it in about 1966 from Uncle Dick Johnson. 1971, they lived in the old house trailer that Uncle Dick put there, and in the old cabin that they called a what? What do they call that?
A bunker.
They called it a bunker. And they tore that down a few years later and built their A-frame that they got there now.
Well, that's Uncle, let's see, Uncle Fred owned it then.
Uncle Fred owned the place then?
During the World War II, and I took Margaret Larch and Dee Malloy with me, and we went up there and sunbathed, and went swimming, had a good time. So that must have been 1943.
Did Uncle Dick buy it from Uncle Fred?
Yeah, he bought it from Uncle Fred later on.
He wasn't driving right. I said, hell, this fella in that boxcar. He looked at me and said, well, the boxcar was moving, see? He said, what do you mean, fella, that car is moving? I said, let me have the damn thing. I made him get back. I didn't take him out anymore. I don't have patience. You have to get somebody else to show you. After you cross this bridge, turn right, okay?
So who trained him then?
Oh, you get somebody other guy, John Gold or somebody.
That was old Edna Mills we just passed through.
There's the mulberry.
Yep.
There's old Jason turning towards Mulberry.
Just went through Edna Mills.
Indiana.
Downtown Mulberry from the lakeside. Downtown Mulberry. Downtown Mulberry. That's where Steve got married.
Yes.
Oh,
Looks the same.
The bank over here.
I've been back to his house.
Who's that?
That's the guy that won $1 million.
Oh, is it?
Built his mother a house.
John R. Moore.
That's John R. Moore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he built a log house somewhere. Not the log. I think he built that for his mother-in-law.
Oh, is it not right? His
Yeah.
mother.
Here we are coming down to our house. Oh, real slow when you go past it, Jason.
He says, well, I'm going 10 miles an hour.
Get my basketball goal.
Yes, I wondered about that the other day if it was still there.
Go slow. Okay.
There's one of my roses. There's several of my roses.
Okay.
Oh, yes, and then, oh, that.
We knew how local we get. I pulled over our last car.
Yeah.
Put a fence around our yard out there.
Yes.
There's Dad's rock.
I'm going to the park, didn't we, Jason?
Sure, the Mulberry Park.
Used to take Jason and Lauren.
I like to have the car show there. I like to go up there and look at all the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also, getting along pretty good. She's been over medicated. She fell her a while back.
I kind of had the feeling that that was happening, but I didn't want to say against that doctor.
Doctor out here.
Yeah. There's Betty Nilden's house.
Betty.
Betty and Eldon.
I say there's Betty.
Oh, there's Betty. Okay, there's Betty. There's one of my roses that grown out there yet. Oh, there's 3 of them, or 4.
Little cedar growed a
Still growing.
Your garden's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that backyard looks so little now.
Yeah,
When
that
I was
looks-
a little kid, that thing was huge.
Yes.
I used to think this house out here was haunted. I was
Oh, you
thought it was
did?
haunted. And I had friends that lived in this house here. Forgot when we Isn't that where we used to live? One of these two? That's cool.
The Mulberry Tavern.
Yeah.
Mulberry Corner Restaurant and Pub.
four-way.
Okay, it's the second house on the right there, Jason.
You remember that house?
Garage sale right there.
Oh, really? I bet you that. Wonder if that lampshade's in sale this time. Last time I went to her garage sale, she was selling the lampshade.
I don't place. What was the deal on that?
I don't know. I never saw that before.
Turn left at this. Is that the street?
No,
No.
it's on this street.
It's the next one, right? That's good enough, I guess.
And then the garden. You had a
It's a
garden.
better picture anyway. Alright.
You used to play ping pong.
Hazard plant. That house back here that we looked at a while ago was the house where Jason and me lived when we first moved to Mulberry.
Where's that way, Jay?
94 years
Well,
old.
things used to be bright colors and they're kind of getting rusted now.
They moved it. They used to be down that other door.
Oh, is that what they were?
It's all new now.
Yep. There's the old Kaiser fertilizer plant that
Don't have any trucks out spreading.
I worked at when I got out of the service, and that's where my dad worked at for about 10 years, right, Dad?
13.
13 years after you quit farming. You worked in this little building here, spread fertilizer. And that's where I worked when I first got out of the service.
He was. I don't know whether he
They call
was.
it Big Road now, don't they?
Yeah, used to call it Kaiser, it's called Big Red.
And,
Did you work here, Dad? 19 what?
41.
1941, you worked at the aluminum factory?
Yeah.
Alcoa Aluminum.
that's when we bought all our new furniture.
Get out of the way.
Living room suite and then end tables. And the lamps, the end table lamps matched the floor lamp. Oh, I'm so proud of those. They were, just different than anybody else had. Everybody's having new furniture, but I had lamps that matched.
That place pretty old. I started there, they wasn't completed yet. They had canvas hanging up on the opening on one building. There in the middle.
Big place.
Make up for that, don't it?
Give me the ball.
There's Dad's old restaurant, the Triple X.
I don't.
Well, it's mine
We didn't
too.
like it last time.
Triple X Root Beer. You don't like it anymore?
Not the last time.
Too
Well,
much smoking in
I like
there.
them tenderloins, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, those tenderloins are good.
Took Mother in there once. That was enough.
Coming into Old Purdue. There's Foley's Bookstore.
Was Foley's there when you went to Purdue?
Oh yeah. There's a sweet shop. There's the Krannert building where I had most of my classes at. Krannert Graduate School of
I
Management.
can't believe you're getting any a lot of pictures over here. Of course, how when you're with
IU, about the same size Purdue.
no, Purdue's bigger.
Is it?
I don't know if that's true or not, Mom.
You know,
Pretty big.
I think it is.
bigger than Western.
Yes.
When we come back from your house, Steve was Jeannie here.
It's all dorms here.
Yeah. Betty Jane's dorm was up here to the right and down.
Back to that last light.
She wasn't completely naked now.
Call it teams.
Oh, gosh, they were good.
Boston College took out my
This
team.
is our new road.
And if we ever get the dust for a while,
I thought I was going
we surely won't build any houses out there in the water. Houseboats.
Real slow here, Jason, so I can get this. And there's Grandma and Grandpa's apartment right there
all our flowers.
with their flowers.
This was getting
Oh well, that's the way she goes. So,
it just takes about my whole day to be sick.
what, okay, now, when is this operation? Next week?
No, on the 9th of June.
June 9th.
Yeah.
June 9th.
Did you read the letter?
Yeah, I just didn't know when June 9th was.
Well, right here's the calendar. The next month, that's May.
Okay, this is, like 22nd or something, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we got all next week, then we got all of next week, actually it's 3 weeks yet. Okay.
I haven't looked it up that close yet.
It's on a Thursday, 3 weeks from today. Let me go write that down on my calendar and write that phone number down. So, how'd you find this doctor? You been going to him for a while or what?
Your dad had him a long time ago.
I didn't like it.
He didn't like him. He didn't like his personality. And, but I've heard about Oakland Joe had him.
But I liked him the other day. Well,
Better?
yeah, I mean, it took time for both of us to explain all that.
He talked real loud so your dad could hear.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. That most anyone around Lafayette you talk to has had
Chinese.
cataract surgery. Like they've either had Dr. Tao or they know of him.
Or the one I got, what you say?
I don't know. So, and he's with the Arnett Clinic, and I think he can depend on the Arnett Clinic to, screen their physicians.